Welcome to our guide on mindful listening skills. Did you know that the average person only remembers 25% of what they hear? Shocking, right? Even more surprising, a study from the University of Missouri found that 60% of communication problems stem from poor listening skills. Imagine the difference you could make by truly hearing others. Not just listening, but deeply understanding. This skill can improve your relationships, boost your career, and even enhance your well-being. Sounds intriguing? You're in the right place. In this video, we'll walk you through 6 powerful steps to master mindful listening. We'll start by eliminating distractions to become fully present. Then, we'll explore how to connect with empathy, using silence to our advantage. We'll decode body language and learn to craft thoughtful responses. Each chapter is packed with practical tips and fascinating facts. Did you know that empathy can actually rewire your brain? Or that body language makes up 55% of our communication? By the end, you'll be equipped with tools to transform how you listen. Ready to dive in? Let's get started with the art of presence and discover how to truly hear others. Chapter 1: The Art of Presence, Eliminating Distractions. Welcome to the first step in mastering mindful listening, the art of presence. Being fully present sounds easy, but in our distraction-filled world, it's quite a challenge. Research shows that people spend 47% of their waking hours thinking about something other than what they're currently doing. That's almost half our lives. To truly hear others, we need to eliminate distractions. Start by creating a quiet environment. Turn off notifications, close unnecessary tabs, and if you're in person, choose a calm location. It's surprising how much difference a serene setting can make. Next, focus on internal distractions. Ever found yourself thinking about what to have for dinner while someone's talking? It happens to the best of us. Practice mindfulness techniques, like deep breathing, to bring your focus back. Just 3 deep breaths can ground you and clear your mind. Another tip is to set an intention before the conversation. Tell yourself, I am here to listen and understand. This simple act can shift your mindset. Remember, listening is not about waiting for your turn to speak, it's about genuinely understanding the other person. Consider keeping a notepad handy. Jot down key points to stay engaged. But don't let it become a distraction itself. It's a tool, not a crutch. Also, try the 5-second rule. Wait 5 seconds before responding. This ensures you've fully processed what's been said and shows the speaker you're taking their words seriously. A study from Harvard University found that active listeners retain information better and build stronger relationships. So, not only are you hearing better, but you're also creating deeper connections. It's a win-win. Remember, practice makes perfect. Start with short conversations and gradually move to longer ones. Soon, you'll find being present becomes second nature. As Thich Nhat Hanh said, the most precious gift we can offer others is our presence. Chapter 2: Heartfelt Empathy, Connecting Beyond Words. Moving on to the second step, heartfelt empathy. Empathy is the cornerstone of mindful listening. It's about connecting beyond words and truly understanding the speaker's emotions. Did you know that empathy can actually rewire your brain for better social interactions? Start by putting yourself in the speaker's shoes. Ask yourself, how would I feel in their situation? This simple question can open up a world of understanding. According to a study by the University of California, Berkeley, people who practice empathy have higher emotional intelligence and better interpersonal relationships. When listening, focus on the speaker's tone and body language. Words only convey part of the message. Non-verbal cues tell the rest. Notice if they seem nervous, excited, or upset. A soft tone might indicate vulnerability, while crossed arms could suggest discomfort. Mirror the speaker's emotions subtly. If they're excited, show enthusiasm. If they're sad, express compassion. This doesn't mean mimicking them, but rather aligning your emotional state to theirs. It's about creating a safe space where they feel understood. Another powerful technique is reflective listening. Paraphrase what the speaker has said and repeat it back to them. For example, "So, you're feeling overwhelmed with your new job?" This shows that you're actively engaged and validating their feelings. Active listening also involves asking open-ended questions. Instead of "Did you have a good day?" try "What was the best part of your day?" This encourages the speaker to share more and shows that you're interested in their experience. One unique fact is that empathy releases oxytocin, the love hormone, which fosters bonding and trust. So, by practicing empathy, you're not just listening, you're building stronger relationships. Brené Brown said it best: empathy is communicating that incredibly healing message of "you are not alone." Lastly, be patient and give the speaker time to express themselves. Don't rush to fill the silence. Sometimes, the most profound connections are made in moments of quiet understanding. Remember, empathy is a skill that improves with practice. The more you use it, the more natural it becomes. By focusing on heartfelt empathy, you're not just hearing words, you're connecting with the person behind them. It's a powerful step towards truly mindful listening. Chapter 3: Silence Speaks, Mastering the Pause. Welcome back. Let's dive into the third step: silence speaks. You might think silence is awkward, but it's actually a powerful tool in mindful listening. Did you know that a well-placed pause can make you appear more thoughtful and respectful? First, let's understand why pauses matter. They give the speaker time to reflect and gather their thoughts. This often leads to deeper, more meaningful conversations. In fact, a study from the University of Groningen found that people who use pauses are perceived as more attentive listeners. Next time you're in a conversation, try the 3-second rule. Wait 3 seconds after the speaker finishes before you respond. This brief pause shows you're considering their words carefully. It might feel strange at first, but it soon becomes a natural part of your listening habit. Silence can also encourage the speaker to share more. When there's a lull in the conversation, resist the urge to fill it immediately. Often, the speaker will continue, revealing more insights and feelings. This is particularly useful in sensitive or emotional discussions. Another tip is to use nonverbal cues during the pause. Nod, maintain eye contact, or smile to show you're engaged. These small gestures can make the speaker feel heard and understood without a single word being spoken. Practice active silence in your daily interactions. Whether it's a meeting, a chat with a friend, or a family dinner, use pauses to enhance your listening. You'll be surprised at how much more you'll hear and understand. Remember, silence isn't about being passive. It's a dynamic part of communication that can foster trust and connection. As Lao Tzu wisely said, silence is a source of great strength. Chapter 4: Echoing Essence, Reflective Listening Techniques. Let's move on to the fourth step: echoing essence. Reflective listening is about echoing the speaker's essence back to them. This technique can greatly enhance understanding and connection. Carl Rogers, a pioneer in psychotherapy, emphasized the importance of reflective listening in building trust and empathy. Start by paraphrasing what the speaker says. If someone tells you about a stressful day, you might respond, "It sounds like you had a lot on your plate today." This simple act shows that you're paying attention and value their experience. Another technique is summarizing. After listening for a while, provide a brief summary of what's been discussed. This helps clarify any misunderstandings and reinforces your engagement. For example, "So, you're saying the project deadline is causing you a lot of stress, and you're worried about meeting it?" Reflective listening also involves validating emotions. Acknowledge the speaker's feelings by saying things like, "That sounds really tough," or "I can see why you'd feel that way." This doesn't mean you have to agree, but it shows you respect their perspective. Using I statements can make reflective listening more personal. Instead of saying, "You're frustrated," try, "I can sense your frustration." This slight shift can make your response feel more genuine and empathetic. Remember to keep your tone neutral and non-judgmental. The goal is to reflect the speaker's words and emotions without adding your own bias. This creates a safe space for open and honest communication. One unique fact is that reflective listening can improve problem solving. A study from the Journal of Applied Psychology found that teens who practiced reflective listening were more effective at resolving conflicts and finding solutions. Finally, practice makes perfect. Start using reflective listening in everyday conversations. With time, it will become a natural part of your communication style. As Stephen Covey said, most people do not listen with the intent to understand, they listen with the intent to reply. By mastering reflective listening, you'll be among the few who truly understand. Chapter 5: Body Language Literacy, Nonverbal Cues. Welcome back. Now, let's delve into the fifth step, body language literacy. Nonverbal cues play a crucial role in communication. Studies suggest that up to 93% of communication is nonverbal, including body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice. Start by observing the speaker's body language. Are they leaning forward? This often indicates interest or enthusiasm. Crossed arms might suggest defensiveness or discomfort. Being aware of these signals can give you deeper insights into their feelings and thoughts. Pay attention to facial expressions. A smile can show happiness or agreement, while a frown might indicate confusion or disagreement. Even subtle changes, like a raised eyebrow, can convey a lot. Understanding these cues helps you respond more appropriately. Eye contact is another key aspect. It shows that you're engaged and interested. However, be mindful of cultural differences. In some cultures, prolonged eye contact can be seen as confrontational. Generally, maintaining eye contact for about 60 to 70% of the conversation is a good rule of thumb. Mirroring the speaker's body language can also build rapport. If they're leaning in, do the same. If they're using hand gestures, try subtly matching them. This subconscious mimicry can make the speaker feel more comfortable and understood. Gestures can add meaning to words. Notice if the speaker uses their hands to emphasize points. This can indicate passion or importance. Be mindful of your own gestures too. Open, relaxed gestures can make you appear more approachable and engaged. Consider your posture. Sitting or standing upright shows that you're attentive and interested. Slouching or leaning back might suggest boredom or disengagement. Even small adjustments can make a big difference in how you're perceived. Tone of voice is also crucial. It's not just about what you say, but how you say it. A calm, steady tone can convey empathy and understanding. On the other hand, a harsh or hurried tone might make the speaker feel rushed or unimportant. Remember, nonverbal cues should align with your words. Inconsistent signals can create confusion. For example, saying "I'm listening" while looking at your phone sends a mixed message. Strive for congruence between your verbal and nonverbal communication. Practice these skills in everyday interactions. The more you pay attention to nonverbal cues, the more natural it becomes. As Peter Drucker said, the most important thing in communication is hearing what isn't said. Chapter 6: Mindful Responses, Thoughtful and Intentional Replies. Finally, let's explore the sixth step, mindful responses. Crafting thoughtful and intentional replies is the hallmark of mindful listening. It's about showing that you've truly heard and understood the speaker. Start by taking a moment before responding. This brief pause helps you process what's been said and formulate a meaningful reply. It shows the speaker that you value their words and are taking them seriously. Use I statements to make your responses more personal. Instead of saying, "You need to calm down," try, "I understand why you're upset." This approach is less accusatory and more empathetic. Keep your responses concise and relevant. Avoid veering off topic or bringing up unrelated issues. This keeps the conversation focused and shows respect for the speaker's concerns. Reflect on what the speaker has said before responding. You might say, "I hear you're feeling overwhelmed by the workload. Let's find a solution together." This not only acknowledges their feelings but also offers support and collaboration. Ask open-ended questions to encourage further discussion. For example, can you tell me more about what's been stressing you out? This invites the speaker to share more details and shows your genuine interest. Avoid interrupting. Let the speaker finish their thoughts before you respond. Interruptions can make them feel unheard and disrespected. Patience is key to mindful listening. Another tip is to validate the speaker's emotions. You might say, "It sounds like you're really frustrated with the situation." This shows empathy and understanding, which can be very comforting. Be honest and authentic in your responses. If you don't know the answer or don't agree, it's okay to say so. Authenticity builds trust and respect in the conversation. Lastly, offer solutions or support when appropriate. If the speaker is sharing a problem, ask how you can help. Sometimes, just knowing that someone is willing to help can be incredibly reassuring. Practicing mindful responses takes time and effort, but it's worth it. As William Ury, co-author of Getting to Yes, said, listening may be the most powerful form of acknowledgement and recognition.